here's my message to the rest of the movies coming out for the rest of the year. You all got competition. Hey movie buffs, I'm Jack Benner and welcome to my review of One Battle After Another. One Battle After Another is a new action thriller written and directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, starring Leonardo Dicaprio, as well as supporting roles from Sean Penn, Benicio del Toro, and many others. The film follows Bob Ferguson, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, a washed-up ex-revolutionary of a group known as the French 75. He goes to rescue his daughter from an old nemesis, played by Sean Penn, a corrupt military official who resurfaces after 16 years. Before I get into my review, any new viewers coming across my channel for the first time, welcome to my channel. I am Jack Benner. I do movie reviews on here, both old and new. And from time to time, I do some lists on here, either a top 5 or a ranking video. So if you're looking for either of those, you're definitely in the right place. So you like movie content, like what you see so far, definitely considering that like and subscribe button for more exciting movie content down the road. And to give you 4 reasons why I was excited for One Battle After Another. Number 1, Paul Thomas Anderson. He has always been one of my favorite filmmakers with a terrific filmography. From Boogie Nights, Magnolia, Punch Drunk Love, There Will Be Blood, my favorite of his, The Master is really good, Licorice Pizza I also love, and many others. He's always on point with his direction, style, writing, and getting the absolute best out of his actors. Number 2, Leonardo Dicaprio, one of my favorite actors ever, and I was jumping with joy when I found out he was collaborating with Paul Thomas Anderson. And some of you may or may not notice, but he was actually considered for the role of Dirk Diggler in Boogie Nights, which went to Mark Wahlberg. So I'm finally happy. It's about time we get to see Leonardo DiCaprio in a Paul Thomas Anderson movie. Add him to the list of great auteurs Leonardo DiCaprio has worked with. Number 3, the trailer looked great. It looked like an interesting espionage thriller plot and something different from Paul Thomas Anderson. Given this is his most expensive film to date with over a budget of $100 million, it's been a long time since Punch Drunk Love back in 2002. He's done a film in a modern setting, and it did tell me enough of the story to get me interested. And lastly, the rave reviews and Oscar buzz for this movie. Just the days building up to this movie, the reviews have been through the roof, and that just increased my excitement more and more. All of those reasons are why this was one of my most anticipated movies for the rest of 2025. And I saw One Battle After Another opening night. My review is here. What did I think of this movie? Well, with the hype surrounding this movie, I felt like there were 2 directions this could have went. First, could this have lived up to the hype 100%? Or would I say it's good, but it didn't live up to the hype? Pretty overhyped movie? Well, here's my answer. It's definitely the former half, because this absolutely lived up to the hype and could be my new favorite film of 2025. One Battle After Another, simply put it, fan-freaking-tastic. Loved it. It's funny, fast-paced, thrilling, engaging. I'd say it's Paul Thomas Anderson's best film since There Will Be Blood. Just phenomenal. To start my praises, the cast ensemble is stellar. That just fire on all cylinders. This is one of Leonardo DiCaprio's best performances in a long time. He is just incredible in this movie. And this is also one of his funniest roles he has done since Wolf of Wall Street, which is still my favorite performance of his. And the thing is with Leonardo DiCaprio in comedies, well, yes, I adore him when he does dramatic roles and he's absolutely phenomenal in them, but there's just something I love about seeing him in comedies where he gets to enjoy himself a bit more, but also finds the perfect balance of levity and gravitas to the performance. Whether that's The Wolf of Wall Street, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, even though I hated Don't Look Up, but I thought he was the best thing about that movie. And here in One Battle After Another, it's no exception. DiCaprio is brilliant at playing a man who is a shell of his former self, just compared to where he was at the beginning of this movie in his revolutionary days. And then fast forward to 16 years later, wow, just a completely different person. He's reclusive, but also a pathetic and aimless person that's also a drug addict, alcoholic, and an overprotective parent. And in some ways, this does feel like Leonardo DiCaprio's version of the dude from The Big Lebowski. And yet, despite his flaws, Leo makes Bob so funny, likable, and such an easy character to root for throughout. Just the level of physicality, energy, and hilarious line delivery he gives. altogether simply made for one of his more memorable comedic roles. And even though a few years ago he was overlooked for Killers of the Flower Moon, which is insane, looking back to that movie, there were phenomenally acted scenes that were Oscar-worthy in that movie but didn't get nominated. But I hope this makes up for it. I would love to see him get another Best Actor nomination for this. And to talk about some of the funniest scenes involving his character, 2 phone call scenes. Those scenes were simply hilarious. Now, I do love the phone call scene from Punch Drunk Love where Philip Seymour Hoffman was like, shut up, shut up, shut up. But the phone call scenes in One Battle After Another might give those scenes a run for their money. Those scenes are just some of the funniest scenes I have seen in a movie this year. Just from Leonardo DiCaprio's line delivery and facial expressions, and just him not remembering the time to get the rendezvous points, it is just so freaking funny. And it's not just Leo at the helm, the rest of the supporting performances are incredible. Benicio del Toro does an amazing job as a cool as a cucumber karate teacher, and he does play an important role in the story, but also brings a humorous delight to this film every time he's on screen. And he gave 2 amazing performances this year, this and earlier this year, The Phoenician Scheme, which is also a terrific performance from him in a Wes Anderson film. So 2 Anderson films Benicio del Toro did a great job in. Tiana Taylor, who played Leonardo DiCaprio's lover, who is MIA, she's only in the first half of this movie, but the screen time she does have, she is terrific. She does have an amazingly acted scenes, but also does leave an impact to where you feel her presence throughout the film. And someone who impressed me so much, Chase Infinity, who plays Leonardo DiCaprio's daughter, all I could say is, what a revelation. This is a phenomenal breakthrough performance. I can definitely say her and Miles Caton in Sinners, those were the 2 breakout performances that impressed me the most this year. And kudos to her for holding her own against Oscar-winning actors such as Leonardo DiCaprio and Sean Penn. And just some particular scenes with those 2 actors, she did amazing. She's someone you feel for when she's in peril, her pivotal role in the story, and convincing acting. And I believe this is her film debut. I really hope her career skyrockets after this movie. And not only that, even though she's a newcomer, but I would love for her to get an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actress. If there is someone I would like to see get nominated for Best Supporting Actress, I hope it's Infinity. And Regina Hall is also great in her scenes, giving a subdued performance. It's not really this type of film or performance I'm used to seeing from her compared to her comedies. And for what she was required to do, she did really good here. And let's get to the MVP of the supporting cast, and that absolutely goes to Sean freaking Penn. Holy shit, he is exceptional in this movie. This is one of Penn's very best roles he has done in a long time. He hasn't been this incredible in a movie, gosh, I'd say since Milk. Wow, it's been a long time. Sean Penn absolutely crushes it, delivering a commanding presence, complexity, gravitas, and being sinister. And there were some scenes with him early on in the film that actually made me sick to my stomach and just uncomfortable, just some things he was like doing. But he also does add depth with his performance, and you do understand his perspective and where he's coming from. And he is very intimidating whenever he shows up on screen without going too over the top. And there was just one test scene with him and Willis. That scene was just intense and also unpredictable. I'm like, what is he gonna say or do next? I'm honestly scared. And he just gets more ruthless as the film goes on, and it's just a knockout performance. And not only do I hope Leonardo DiCaprio gets a Best Actor nomination, I hope Sean Penn gets an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actor. Even though Sean Penn has won 2 Best Actor Oscars in the 2000s for his incredible performances in Mystic River and Milk, 2 great movies. But if Sean Penn wins his 3rd Oscar for this movie, that would be an awesome win in my book. He is so far my pick for Best Supporting Actor of the year. Now with Paul Thomas Anderson, he is just on fire with his script and filmmaking, because this is without question one of his best crafted films since There Will Be Blood. How much Anderson excels at phenomenally crafting a riveting, thrilling, and engaging story with urgency and purpose. The script is also terrific and might be my favorite screenplay of the year, just how it infuses levity and exhilaration to a thriller like this. His writing is sharp, witty, and bold, also providing fleshed out characters to get attached to, and this film is never boring. And as for his direction, given this is Paul Thomas Anderson's most expensive film to date with over $100 million budget, he excels at delivering grand scope here. utilizes his signature long takes he often uses, but does work for the urgent energy in a film like this, but also feels frenetic and immersive on Bob's chaotic journey. And it's especially amazing with the action sequences in this film, including car chases that had me on the edge of my seat, where I was just in awe of the direction and how Paul Thomas Anderson never really directed a movie like this, and I was like, wow. This is such an amazingly directed film, like, he's killing it. They were all intense, riveting, suspenseful, and unpredictable, and it was just awesome. Now, this film does have a duration of 2 hours and 40 minutes. It is a long movie. I know that runtime can be a little daunting, but don't be when you see this movie, because this movie just flies by for 2 hours and 40 minutes. As I kept saying, this movie is fast-paced, urgent, and it's always go, 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 go. Yet it doesn't feel rushed at the same time, and everything is taking its time. And this movie is also filmed in VistaVision, and the last film to bring back VistaVision was The Brutalist, so I'm really happy that film brought back that widescreen format and works very well for a movie like this. And which leads me to the cinematography. This is such a lush looking movie, and it's beautiful. All from the framing, lighting, and depth of field that Paul Thomas Anderson gets is immaculate. And there are just some shots that are stuck in my head that I'm remembering after this movie. Like this one shot, I loved how it was framed where Willis is standing at a church and Sean Penn is sitting. And this movie is absolutely worth seeing on the biggest screen. Just any format to go and see this movie, IMAX, whatever, please do so. Kudos to Johnny Greenwood's terrific score here. The piano-based music perfectly matches the chaos and energy for this film, and it's definitely one of my favorite scores I have listened to this year. But what also makes One Battle After Another amazing is that it also has a great emotional core, exploring a father and daughter story. Given it's nearly 20 years and what's came before the first half of this movie, it's got characters you're instantly attached to with convincing performances, a well-written screenplay with their conflicts and tensions with each other, and it does give the film the emotional weight it truly needed. And if it didn't have that, this film would feel hollow and surface level, but it avoids that. And it also does show Paul Thomas Anderson's knack for exploring unique relationships like he's shown in his past work. And there is actually social commentary in this movie exploring immigration, oppression, and corruption, but it never felt heavy-handed or just shoving it down your throats. It does feel integral to the story that's fascinating, but also can feel relevant to today that can make you think. As for any issues, yeah, I don't have any. Just, I loved everything about this movie, so I don't have anything to nitpick. To sum up, One Battle After Another not only met my high expectations, but manages to surpass them, and it's absolutely one of Paul Thomas Anderson's best films. Tense, hilarious, brilliantly paced, phenomenally acted, excellent screenplay. It's a riveting and exhilarating thriller that I just loved from start to finish. And this is definitely going to give Sinners competition for my favorite film of 2025. I definitely need more time to contemplate on that, so either a rewatch or I just need to think about it more, but we'll see. Whether you're a fan of Paul Thomas Anderson or Leonardo Dicaprio, this movie is an absolute must-see, and just that duo of actor-director, I instantly knew it was a match made in heaven, and it was. And at the time of recording this, October starts tomorrow, so we got 3 months left for 2025. Curious to see what could come close or top it, but what I can happily say is it is definitely giving me confidence for more great movies for the rest of the year. So yeah, believe the hype on this one. It's fantastic. And now to grade it, I'm going to give One Battle After Another, but bam! 5 out of 5 stars and A+. A phenomenal film with Paul Thomas Anderson at the peak of his filmmaking craft. Even at 55 and been making films since the 90s with Hard Eight, Boogie Nights, and Magnolia, he's still making amazing films. And I'm actually motivated to do a marathon on his movies, either movies I want to watch for the first time or rewatches. I'm definitely excited to do that. And so far, to give you my top 5 list for my favorite Paul Thomas Anderson movies. Number 5, Licorice Pizza. Number 4, that's where One Battle After Another stays for right now. Number 3, Magnolia. Number 2, Boogie Nights. And my number 1, There Will Be Blood. So those are my top 5 favorite Paul Thomas Anderson movies, and I would love to hear your top 5 in the comments below. And with the rave reviews and Oscar buzz this movie is getting, what are its Oscar chances? I have a feeling it could be the front runner for now, and given how many Oscar nominations Paul Thomas Anderson has up to this point, with either nominations in producing, directing, or screenplay, I feel like it's high time to reward this man for his prolific career. And I would love to see him win something for this movie. I think it's his time. For above the line categories, it's definitely going to be in picture, possible frontrunner, director, locked in. Leonardo Dicaprio, definitely safe for a nomination. Supporting actor, Sean Penn. Adapted screenplay seems like a win. One that I'm curious to see what we'll get in or not. Supporting actress. Are they going to go with Teyana Taylor or Chase Infinity, even though Infinity's a newcomer, but we'll see. Either one of them or both of them if they could try to get in, but we'll see. Personally, I want to see Chase Infinity get in for supporting actress, but I wouldn't be opposed to Teyana Taylor. And other techs, cinematography, editing, music, definitely a lock for all 3 of those. We'll see if it can win those. And even that new casting category starting next year, I definitely think it seems like a lock. The ensemble in this movie is superb, one of my favorite ensembles of the year, if not my favorite. So I definitely think those are its highest chances at Oscar nominations for now. So I would like to hear from you guys. What do you guys think of One Battle After Another? If you've seen it, do you agree, disagree with my review? Or if you haven't seen it, are interested in seeing the film or not, let me know down below. Did you enjoy hearing my thoughts on this movie and want to see more reviews like this in the future? If yes, please hit that like and subscribe button if you're new here, and don't forget that notification bell for my next upload in the future. It really means a lot. My social media links are in the description down below. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And if you'd like to see my render reviews, I do have a letterbox, so if you'd like to follow me on there as well. And until the next video, I'm Jack Benner, and look forward to another movie review.